you clicked because you're probably considering joining a coaching group, one of them Facebook group that you have to pay for, maybe a course group, one of those groups that you have to spend money on. You're considering it. And because you're considering it, you want to make sure you're spending your money in the right place. Well, I've been in a few, and boy, I learned a lot, and I have a lot to say of things that you should avoid when looking for one of these groups. If you want to know that so you don't waste your money, keep watching. First things first, don't go ahead paying for these groups just because you like the person. What are they offering in this group? Yeah, like what are they offering? That ain't enough. Because sometimes we purchase things from people just because of likeliness. We like them, and then when we're disappointed, we don't want to say we're disappointed because we like the person, and that makes things complicated for you, because now you're like, damn, I just wasted my money. Especially in these groups, bro. Don't just purchase it. This is your hard-earned money. Do not just purchase it just because you like the person. Ask yourself, like, if this is something that you or your business really need, like, do you really need this right now? Like, whatever they're offering, is it really going to help your business? Is it something that you will not be able to get from like our free Facebook group or something? Like, do you really need what they have to offer? Really ask yourself that question. I have to get rid of that jacket because I need to get comfortable to get in the next few tips, because we're about to get into it. So if you're going to these groups and they do deliver some things and you don't execute, then that's a downfall of your own. I know you don't want to hear that. Accountability. Sometimes you're going there, you need to be able to execute what's being taught. Sometimes they tell you what you're about to get, but you ignore it. Like, they listen to what they tell you. It's like dating a guy and he's showing you the red flags and you're not picking up on these red flags. Why aren't you picking up on these red flags? Because you're ignoring them because you like what you see. Because I feel like the bar is so low for some of these groups. Like, we see what we get from all the other people, so we just keep trying to join other groups to see which one is going to give a little more. Let me keep it real with you. Either some of them coaches, consultant know set the bar low, and they use that to their advantage, add these people in, and then they don't deliver as much. They deliver in the first month or two, and then after that is lackadaisic. And not even that, even if it's not lackadaisic, it's just not up to par. I don't care if I'm spending $10, bro. If you promised me a live every Thursday or once a month, I want my live every Thursday or once a month for my $10. If you cannot deliver that for my $10, $20, then let me out. Let me leave. I don't care. Because what I feel like a lot of them guilt trip you into, oh my gosh, some of them like to guilt trip. They're like, you're not even spending, my time is valuable. Some of these people aren't spending that much money. So they're not spending that much money. They're expecting all these things. Excuse me? You told me that for $10, this is what I would get. And for the $10, you're not even giving me that. You're not giving me anything. So I can't complain because it's $12. No. My $12 was hard to come by. You said you were going to give this for $10. So that means that I gave you my $10. I want this. I don't want your complaining. I don't want your nonsense. I want what I gave you for the 10. I want what I paid for. I don't want this complaining. Sorry for my rant. But yeah, that's something that happens a lot as well. Another thing that I notice is that some of these types of groups and stuff, they're money grabs for these people. I feel like, I don't know if there's like a little coaching, consulting, or whatever it is type of huddle of group of people somewhere, and they're just discussing this whatever this is. They're just discussing it, because there's no way you can be in so much of them and they all turn out to be the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, are they not organizing it, or they're not talking? Like, there's like lack of professionalism there. Like, something is missing. And I'm not talking about the people who join these groups and they don't do the steps and they don't do the work. Like, we're already over that. I'm talking about on some of these creators' part themselves. Like, these groups are bare minimum, and if it's a bare minimum, you'd expect them to deliver on the bare minimum. And sometimes they don't. They're just collecting these monthly payments, and you're just in this group just talking to yourself and probably posting and then having other members respond to you, probably like that. The person is not active in the group. It's a bit weird. It's wild. And this is my personal opinion. I just feel like even though if I'm paying you $5, $10, $50, I don't care what it is. You told me what you were going to deliver. You should be able to deliver some of that. You know what I'm saying? And what they do, they lure you in with the, oh my gosh, such and such group is going to be closed within this time. I'm only taking 50 people. I'm only taking this. I'm only taking that. But let me tell you what to pay attention to. I'm in a group right now that actually is delivering on all the points that I need them to deliver on. What I notice? A lot of these groups, a lot of these creators and Instagram people who put, oh, I'm taking 100 people, I'm taking 50 people, I'm taking 200 people. 9 times out of 10, they don't have the proper system to do this. Number one. Number two, they're spreading themselves thin. So what happens is that they add all these people into these groups and they're not able to be available for them because they don't have any structure behind these groups. There's no organization behind these groups. There's no plan. That's what I realize. There's literally no plan. And half of the time you'll notice this. Sometimes you can notice it before based on the description, but sometimes you'll have to actually purchase it first. And then you notice this, there's no structure. And then the only structure they have is probably, there's a live twice a month. That's probably the only structure. Everything else is you're just winging it. Even the live itself, sometimes it's just winging it. And I just feel like even if I'm paying you $10, like at least the live can have some structure, like have a topic that we're going to be talking about in the live, have a topic and have some structure to it. And when I say structure in the lives as much as well, because the group that I'm in now, when they do their lives, it's, yes, you have, good example. Yes, you have people that come on, but how many of you have been in those groups and you go on the live? Well, you don't go on the live, but they're having their monthly live view, whatever it is, webinar. And 30 to 45 minutes out of that webinar, it's everybody signing on to tell their piece or their testimonial. Now, no shade, like me get it sometimes. By the time all of these people were in the group talk, when it's time for this person to actually teach, there's limited amount of time left. People have things to do, my guy. Like limited. I get the testimony, but there's times when we in a group and I went on the live and I'm just like, okay, yes, you have these testimonials, but 5-10 hours out of testimonials, like, come on, man, like, have some structure to it. Be like, at the end, I'll take certain live, or if you have a question, like the group that I'm in, she has a portal where you submit your questions before the live. So she'll create a live surrounding these questions and answer all these questions in the live. And you have to, there's a replay of the live so you can see the questions, but she'll actually answer them rather than having 10 million people click on to ask a question and draw the live out all the way. I personally, some people have time for sitting there and do that. I used to sit through it, but now I'm thinking back, like, damn, like these things need more structure. Like there should be some type of structure with that. Then you have the ones that do the webinar lives and you're on the live. I don't mean this in a bad way, but you're on the live, but it's like it turns into like a therapy session. And some people were there who liked that, but personally I was just like, that's not what I'm here for. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, but come on, man. 2-3 hours in, you're still therapying people. Like I get what you people go through. Like I said, maybe I'm just being cold, but there's no reason for me to sign on to a business live or just a business group for us to have a webinar once or twice a month for it to continuously be a therapy session. Or if it's not a therapy session, you missed the live or you forgot the live or you can't do it this month, you have to do it next month, and then your excuse is you're only paying me $10 so I don't have to show up. I don't care how much I'm paying you, right? I think that's what a lot of small businesses and people don't understand. If I paid you $5 and you said you were going to deliver this, deliver it. You said that we're going to do this live, have the live. Like, we don't have to have a therapy session every time you come on live. Sometimes, yeah, we can create community, but sometimes you have to mean business. You know what I mean? Get structured, get organized, get your things together when you're creating this group. Let me clear this up for you. If after the first 2 months, 2 or 3 months, this person doesn't deliver like how they're supposed to deliver, cancel. Because sometimes it becomes a pattern and they string you along and they keep taking your money every month, knowing that they cannot handle what's going on here, or they're probably just, money grabbers, cancel that. Don't be, no matter how much you like the person, because I remember my last group, I was like, I like this person, they share a lot of things online. Then after all, I had to sit to myself, I was like, yo, is this even serving me right anymore? It's not. Like, the platform is there to probably talk to other people. Otherwise, from that, like, what I'm expecting to get from you, like, I probably got it like the first, because the first time them show out, I did first time. After that paying, what was it, $60 to $100? I don't remember. Somewhere along that line, a month. What I was getting, I was it 50? I don't know, $50 to $100, something like that. But after those couple of months, I was just like, what I was getting, it was just like, come on, now you're playing with me. Just cancel. Even though I like this person, I'm canceling this because this isn't something that I need to pay for. If you're in there and the creator isn't even as active, cut it off. Even if it's not the creator active, but they don't hire someone to be active in there, cut it off. Because sometimes, as I said, it's a money grab and they cannot manage it, and not showing up for live, not showing up to do the things that they need to do. Don't let anybody tell you, oh, because you're spending $20 to $30, $50, I am worth $900. That means you're supposed to half-ass your service. That means that you're not supposed to deliver. That means that you're not supposed to give me what you offered for the little bit of money that you claim that I'm paying for your service. You're not supposed to do what you're supposed to do because it's a little bit of money. How does that even make sense? If you need more help cutting it off, this is what I need you to do. Think about a toxic ex or just a dirty boy you're doing, and he's just trash. He's just not treating you well. Think about it like that. Same way how you, and second that, someone would want to come out of that situation, someone would have stay. Can't even use that. But you know what I mean. If you're in a situation that you need to get out of, use this as an example to leave. Is it that you're paying for the live, the business tips, or are you paying for the community? Now, if you're paying for the community, then that means your expectation needs to be a bit low, because that means you're just paying to be a part of the business community and have like-minded business people to talk to. Some of them are thief too. But anyways, that's why I say sometimes it's better